Okay, Dee, why don't you go ahead and get started?
Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Chicago Department of Transportation Capital Programs for Alleys, Various Locations, Package 3, Contract 6C1620, our pre-bid and technical review meeting. Today is April 3rd, 2025, and we're getting started just a few minutes past 11 o'clock a.m. Our agenda for today includes introductions, then I'll go over procurement details. Then I'll turn it over to our Director of Compliance, Patrice Doyle, to give you the compliance details for the project. Then we'll turn it over to our project manager for the technical review, Robert Ochi. And then we'll finish our session with a Q&A portion at the end of the meeting. Let's start with our introductions. First, we'll start with our PBC team. I am Dee Taylor, and I assist the procurement and compliance team at the PBC. So the rest of our PBC team, please introduce yourselves. If Ray Gitteroff, Executive Director, is on the line, please introduce yourself. If Ray is not has not joined us yet, James, please introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody, James Borkman, Public Building Commission. Welcome. And Dee, I can go down the list if you'd like. That might be helpful. Patty?
Yes, please.
Morning, everyone. Patricia Montenegro, Procurement Department here at the PBC. Welcome.
Miguel?
Good morning, Miguel Fernandez, PBC Procurement.
Pat, Minnie?
Good morning, Minnie Keys, PBC Procurement.
We also have our Director of Compliance, Patrice.
Good morning, Patrice Doyle, PBC, and Jesse Rodriguez will be doing the compliance section.
Excellent. Jesse, since you're doing the compliance section, say hi.
Good morning, Jesse Rodriguez, PBC Compliance.
Good morning. I believe we also have Lisa Gitteroff on. Robert Ochi.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Robert Ochi, PBC Project Management, and Javier Descoto will also be managing this project. Javier.
Javier Descoto, PBC Project Management.
Randy.
Morning, everyone. PBC Deputy Director of Construction.
And I think that's it from Donna.
Then we get Donna, yes.
Good morning, Donna Green, PBC Project Manager.
Good morning, Donna.
Good morning.
And then CDOT, Matt, you want to kick off your team?
Sure. Matt Crocker, CDOT, PM for Neighborhood Improvement. I see Reed on here. Reed?
Yep, Reed Draper with CDOT.
We have some people from Connect. Demel?
Demel Cox, Connect.
Jack?
Jack Ringness, Connect Program Manager.
It's everyone I see on the list.
Thank you, sir.
You forgot me, John Shakeen.
Forgot you, John. Sign in on the right.
Hey, if you don't mind changing your name, John, that would be helpful. It currently just says your last name.
Alrighty.
No, you're good. That would be helpful. And then I think we have some GC subcontractors and suppliers on the call. So I'll go down the list in the order in which you appear for me. Isa?
There we go. Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Who are you with?
Yeah, I'm Isa McHammer with CDOT. I'm a CE4 with Neighborhood Improvements.
Oh, sorry, Isa. JK.
No worries. I was just having some technical issues.
I was just looking at the sign-in
welcome.
list on the right. Everyone could sign in.
I'm gonna blame I blame Matt.
Matt, you're ready for
It's my fault.
So I'm gonna go ahead and rename you and put your CDOT title in so that we know. Okay, going down the list here. LJ Hurd.
Good morning. My name is LJ Hurd. I'm with Boa Construction.
with BOA, you said?
Yes.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And I believe that we have Ruben Cummings with Narevu Group.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you.
And the last person I see is Sean Sweeney. Who are you with?
With BOA also,
Sorry, who is that?
with BOA.
BOA? Okay. Take it away, Dee.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. I will start with the procurement details. So the project overview includes 6 project locations. Project number 22901 is Westbury Avenue, located in Ward 32. Project number 22902, West Drummond Place, located in Ward 43. Project number 22903, West Belden Avenue, located in Ward 2. Project number 22904, West Arthur Avenue, located in Ward 50. Project number 22905, West Berthoud Avenue, located in Ward 47. And project number 22906, West Hortense Avenue, located in Ward 41. For our project overview, general scope of work. The project includes reconstruction of alley sewers, subgrade and pavement, utilizing recycled construction materials and methods implemented by the City of Chicago, full-depth alley pavement reconstruction of City of Chicago alleys. In addition, the work includes proper handling and disposal of on-site material, Portland cement concrete base course, hot mix asphalt surface course, sewer and drainage structures, sewer cleaning and televising, vortex restrictors, concrete curb and gutter, concrete sidewalks and ADA ramps, various steps, concrete driveways, concrete garage aprons, concrete alleys, pre-molded rubber speed humps, permeable concrete block pavers, specifically at West Drummond Place, bedding and void opening aggregates for permeable concrete block pavers, geotechnical fabric, topsoil, and hydraulic seeding. The contractor will be required to prepare a phasing and logistics plan within 30 days of the notice to proceed, also called the NTP, for review and approval by CDOT and PBC prior to the mobilization and commencement of any work. The contractor shall provide critical submittals, including sewer and drainage structures, within 30 days of issuance of the NTP. Regarding any work in the 50th Ward, project number 22904 that I mentioned earlier is West Arthur Avenue, CDOT project number U5238. On-site construction work may not be performed after sunset on Friday through sunset on Saturday. So these are specific to the 50th Ward. On-site construction work may not be performed on any of the following dates. I list all of the dates here. I won't go through all of them. We'll have a copy of this on our website on current opportunities, but as you can see, there are a number of dates listed here. The contractor shall not perform any work on these dates. And also the contractor shall be responsible for maintaining any and all temporary construction barriers, including signage throughout the construction duration and acceptance of the work, which is substantial completion. Finally, on-site construction work at each alley location must be completed within 45 calendar days from commencement. So it's very important that you keep in mind all of these dates and do not perform any work, okay? Time of completion. Time of completion. First, we'd like to point out that substantial completion must be achieved no later than November 28th, 2025. Scheduled milestones must be completed as follows. We have 2 of them listed here. Scheduled milestone number 1 is mobilization, which includes pre-construction, including construction submittals, material and equipment procurement, scheduled preparation, mobilization, and utility coordination. You cannot start any sooner than May 13th, 2025, and you must complete it by June 30th, 2025. Substantial completion, which includes alley reconstruction and associated work. You can't start any sooner than July 1st, 2025, and you must complete it by November 28th, 2025. Schedule milestone number 2 is new landscaping. Cannot start any sooner than October 1st, 2025, and you must complete it by November 28th, 2025. There are also liquidated damages associated with this project. If you fail to achieve substantial completion, you will be charged $1,500 per day in liquidated damages, also known as LDs. There will be $500 per day assessed for failure to achieve scheduled milestone dates, the 2 that I've just mentioned. Okay. Availability of documents. So we have our documents available in a few different areas. On our website, PBC Current Opportunities page. We have Book 1, Book 2, and Book 3. These are the complete set of documents for the project. Book 1 is our instruction to bidders. It includes the introduction, general project overview, submission requirements. A few highlights are the bid form, the MBE, WB, EEO goals, which our compliance team will go into, and our community area map. Book 2 is standard T's and C's, terms and conditions for the contract. Book 3 includes the technical specs and also the construction drawings. These documents also can be found at our online plan room by our printer, Cushing and Company. And we have listed here the contact name, phone number, and email in case you have trouble accessing the documents. Again, you can go contact Diane Nelson. Here's her number and email. We would like you to contact the printer directly if you have trouble accessing anything. Of course, you can still contact me, but it's a lot quicker. The process will move a lot quicker if you just contact them directly.
And Dee, if I may, just say that this information is also available in Book 1, so that as you're navigating prior to the pre-submission conference, as you're navigating the Book 1 details, if you are having difficulties printing out or accessing, this information is also available in Book 1.
Thank you, Patty.
You're welcome.
Our documents are also available with our assist agencies, and they're listed here. So we strongly encourage you to contact them as well to obtain the documents, but also we encourage you to contact them if you need any information on MBEs, WBEs, DBEs. They are members of the assist agencies who we partner with. Okay. And we have participation requirements for MBEs and WBEs, which our compliance team will get into shortly. Okay. Next, our tech review meeting, which will start immediately following this presentation, scheduled to start around 11:30 a.m. Okay. So far, there's no site visit scheduled for this project. However, that does not absolve you from becoming familiar with the project. So it will not relieve or alter your responsibility for completing the work as required by the contract documents. I'm sorry.
For that. It has to come off the wall and has to be cut, not cut.
Hello, you have to please mute your phone, whoever is speaking. Please mute yourself. Thank you. Okay. Next, our request for information called RFIs. If you have any questions, I am the sole point of contact. Again, D. Taylor. My email address is d.taylor@cityofchicago.org. The deadline for submitting questions to me is Thursday, April 10th by 4:00 p.m. We have not issued any addenda to date. However, we do anticipate issuing an addendum very soon. So please make sure you're signed up for PBC alerts, and that way you'll get notification of any addendums that we issue. Okay, and you can sign up for PBC alerts if you're not already signed up on our at our website, on our current opportunities page under doing business specifically. Okay, again, the PBC alerts is very important that you sign up for those. Bid due date and time. The bid is due Thursday. Your submission is due Thursday, April 17th, 2025 at 11 o'clock a.m. I just mentioned that we anticipate issuing an addendum, and the time here will change in that addendum. So again, please sign up for the PBC alert so you will get a notification about that. Okay, and any of this information is always subject to change via an addendum. Virtual meeting, the bid opening will be streamed live and will be recorded and available on our website at on our PBC homepage at pbcchicago.com, as well as on the current opportunity page specifically for this project. Okay. Bid submission requirements. You're required to submit your bid electronically. One complete copy of the bid document is required. Original signatures in blue ink or digital signature. You must include your bid bond. You must include the master bid form. The master bid form includes the master bid tab, all 6 schedule of prices, and an award criteria sheet. It must be submitted in both Excel and PDF format and submitted separately within the email. And a special note, the PDF document should be searchable in PDF form and not a scanned copy. You have to email them to 2 email addresses, both the pbc-procurement@cityofchicago.org, as well as to me directly, d.taylor@cityofchicago.org. If you're unable to submit your bid electronically, you may request instructions for submitting a hard copy. It must be in writing to me, dtaylor@cityofchicago.org, and that request will be reviewed and considered for approval by our Director of Procurement, James Borkman. Okay. The pre-award meeting. This is for the apparent low bidder. The apparent low responsive and responsible bidder will be invited to a pre-award meeting. It's scheduled for Thursday, April 22nd, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. It will be a virtual meeting. Again, this date and time is also subject to change via an addendum. The notice of award. The anticipated schedule and release for the notice of award, also called the NOA, is May 2025, following the PBC Board of Commissioners meeting in May. The successful GC will be required to provide compliant certificate of insurance as well as a payment and performance bond within 7 days of the NOA issuance. So it's important to get this in a timely manner. Now we'll just go over a few of the highlights for book 1 and 2. For book 1, we discussed the budget, staffing, and additional requirements. The key word is estimated construction budget in book 1 is on page 5, and it's a range between 2.7 and 2.8 million. We also cover the mandatory project staffing on page 6. Scheduling software requirements on page 6 as well. Liquidated damages, LDs, on page 7. And the prevailing wage rates on page 7, as well as on page 52. And on page 52 is where you'll find a link that takes you directly to the Illinois Department of Labor's website for the prevailing wage rates. Also in book 1 on page 37 is the Schedule B for the joint venture affidavit form. We encourage joint venture. You are required to submit a JV agreement as well as certification letters for your MBEs or WBEs. A few highlights. So this is a picture of the bid form, which you'll see. We have each of the 6 locations noted here. You're going to fill out base work only, but that will be filled out on the forms coming up next. and they will populate in total on this page. You'll see here the grand total base bid for all of the alley locations will be here at the bottom, as well as the grand total award criteria figure for all alleys. These figures come from the following sheets. Each alley has a separate tab, six tabs in total for each of the locations. Here, you have to enter your unit pricing for all 6 alleys individually. You will click on each of the tabs and enter your information. And the master bid, again, those figures will go back here to this form and be calculated in total for you. Next, this is the form where you will enter your unit pricing here for each individual tab. So this is just a sample of the first tab. You enter your unit pricing here. The sheet will automatically total it here. And again, it goes back to the master bid form. Here, on the bid form, the master bid total and additional information is required here. The grand total base bid for all alleys will total here along with the grand total award criteria figure for all alleys. It automatically populates for you. You also have to include your surety information. We need the name and address of the surety company, and we also need your information here, the firm's name and the date. This form is the award criteria figure. This is where you will complete information for your minority journeyman, your minority apprentice, and your apprentices, and your minority laborers. Those you have, the maximum that you can utilize is 70%. You also will do your female journeyman, your female apprentices, and your female laborers. And the maximum for those are 15%, is 15%. Your totals will be here, automatically populated. Bidders information, again, you have to complete your firm name and date. And we also have some notes and instructions down here to assist you in completing this form. The basis of award, this is also in book 1, page 11. The award will be made to the responsible and responsive bidder submitting the lowest grand total award criteria figure. It will be found on line 26 of the bid form, whose corresponding grand total base bid, which is on line 25 of the bid form, is within the available funds for each alley and is otherwise responsive to all requirements of the contract documents. You are required to fill out the entire bid form in order to be considered responsive. The commission reserves the right to reject any and all bids wherever such rejection is in the best interest of the commission. Bids that the PBC considers to be materially unbalanced will be rejected. Now we're at the compliance portion of the presentation, so I will turn it over to the Director of Compliance. But actually, I'm sorry, Patrice, you said Jesse Rodriguez will be handling this portion of the presentation. Jesse?
The next. Good morning. Oh, okay, so the MBWB goals for this project are 26% MBE and 6% WBE. As far as MBW certifications, we only accept certifications from the city of Chicago and Cook County. MBW special conditions can be found in book 2 of Article 23. Next slide, please. The award criteria figure. The maximum for minority journeyman workers, minority apprentices, and minority laborers is 70%. For female journey workers is 15%, female apprentices 15%, and female laborers is 15%. We do have 2 PBC requirements, that is city residency and community hiring. For community hiring, 7.5% of the total hours have to come from the community areas that are assigned to the project. As far as city residency, 50% of the total hours have to come from city residents. Next slide, please. This is the community area map. These are the communities that are assigned to the project. You will receive credit for community hiring for the highlighted areas. Next slide, please. Documentation monitoring. So we do use B2G now for compliance monitoring. Also not listed on here, we do use LSP Tracker for the submission of certified payrolls. Established businesses. So for the first year for established business, they do receive 75% credit. For the second year, they do receive 50% credit. And for the third year, they do receive 25% credit. Manufacturers receive 100% credit. Please note, suppliers do receive 60% credit, and brokers receive 0% credit. You must submit a Schedule D and a Schedule C, which next slide, please. So this is the Schedule C. This must be the Schedule C. The Schedule D must be filled out by the general contractor. But please note, if you do have a supplier on here, let's just say, for instance, their contract values for 100,000, they will only receive credit for 60%. So you must list only the credit amount on here, which would be 60% of 100,000 is 60,000. Also, page 2 of the Schedule C must be completed and signed. Next slide, please. For the Schedule C must be filled out by the subcontractor. Please note the page 2 of the Schedule C for the subcontracting levels, those must be filled out correctly. If you read both of the two levels, for example, if the contractor is subbing out any work to a non or an MBWB, they must put the percentage on here. If they're not subbing out any work, they should just put zeros on there. Also, it must be signed. Next slide, please.
Okay, that concludes the compliance section. Thank you, Jesse. And this is just another reminder that I am the sole point of contact for this project. Again, my email address is d.taylor@cityofchicago.org. Please contact me if you have any questions or issues with this project. Next is the technical review portion of the meeting, and I will turn it over to our project manager, Robert Ochi.
Thank you, Dee. So as previously stated in your project overview, we're going to go into more of a maybe a detailed overview for each individual alley. And the alleys again are West Berry Avenue, West Drummond Place, West Belden Avenue, West Arthur Avenue, West Berteau Avenue, and West Hortensia Street, or 10th Street. I'm going to be handing it over to Demille Cox. He's the engineer of record, and he's going to give a brief overview of existing conditions, proposed conditions, and special considerations for each alley location. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Demille. Demille, you could start off with West Berry Avenue.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. West Berry Avenue, Lincoln Avenue, and North Southport Avenue. This alley will probably be the bigger of the 6 on the list. Conditions, as you can see, deteriorating pavement, utility poles in the right-of-way, mix of residential and commercial. And then we do have a construction work caution area. This will be explicitly called out in the plans, and then on the plan sets as well, you can read through, and there should be soil reports as well to show you how deep down, but nothing too major. It's just like minor lead, and as long as you wear the proper PPE, you should be fine. There's 3 other alleys or 2 other alleys besides this one on this list that will require PPE, or that will have the CWCA. This alley happens to also have existing asphalt parking area in the middle of it, so keep that in mind as you perform construction. You'll build the alley as is, and then do some minor touch-ups of HMA to match what's existing there. Coordination will be heavily required for this one, so be aware of that as well, and this is a pretty busy area. Well, the north side in general is just pretty busy. There is an existing ComEd manhole near Southport. As long as you coordinate with ComEd, I believe the next slide was showing. Okay. And then there are existing stairs, as you can see on the left. Garbage coordination will also be handled through PBC in coordination with the contractor once you submit your 3-week look ahead. All right, next slide, please. All right, proposed conditions, sheet flow. The manhole near Southport, there's no drastic elevation change. I think it's to like the 100th place, as you can see there, 0.87 versus 0.86. So no adjustment is required for this. And then installation of rubber speed humps throughout the alley. And they're also called out. Next slide. All right, West Drummond, Wrightwood, and Orchard and Clark. So this is near Alcott Elementary School. This may be pushed toward the end of whoever the winning bidder is on their, oh, sorry, closer to summer. The school may want this to be scheduled when kids are not around, but we will address that accordingly. But existing, there are speed humps, all that will be removed. Existing right-of-way or utility poles and dumpsters, CWCA, like I mentioned from the first slide. No existing catch basins. Next slide. So we will be putting in some, this will be half brick paver and half sheet flow. We will be putting in a 30-inch reinforced concrete pipe, roughly 302 feet. There will be 4 reducers. We'll also do some 18-inch extra strength vitrified clay pipe, roughly 20 feet, and then another 8-inch of roughly 72 feet. We will be connecting to the 15-inch sewer on Drummond. There should not, for this connection, it should just be a normal core. You shouldn't need a Y connection at all. Shouldn't need a Y connection for any of the alleys on the list. Existing fence is to remain, so please proceed with caution. And then rubber speed humps are required. Rubber speed humps will be required on every alley on this type. All right, next one. All right, Belden, Jansen, Southport. This one, deteriorating pavement, right of way, utility poles in the existing right of way, and then there appears to be a clogged catch basin. I believe DWM has already come through and cleaned this out, but please verify. This will need an adjustment. It is within our scope of work, which will be shown on the next. And then there will most likely be an allowance needed near Belden. Noticed a couple of days ago that there was brick pavers installed through another contract. But the area is roughly 24 by 10, one is hill. Next slide. All right. Proposed condition. Oh, that's a typo. Proposed conditions, 8-inch extra strength vitrified clay pipe, roughly 364 feet, and then 1 catch basin, rubber speed humps throughout the alley. Next one. Arthur, Devon, Artesian, and Western, deteriorating pavement. Just like the other ones, utility poles in the right of way. This is adjacent to Gerber Collision. Coordination will be needed. They do have an entrance, that arrow toward the middle where it says Gerber. They have a garage door that opens to the alley, and they also have that existing gate right there that opens. They do use both entrances, but that shouldn't be a big deal. That east-west leg we will not be touching. We are just tying in to the existing. Next slide. Oh, one more. Well, I'll talk about it here.
But you want me to go back?
No, that's fine. That's fine. We're proposing sheet. No, you can go back to the proposed. Thank you.
Okay.
We're proposing sheet flow. There is a Crown Castle manhole that will be needed, or that will need adjustment, closer to West Arthur. Coordination is needed. And then as I mentioned in the last slide, east-west leg, we are not touching. We are just matching existing edge, and then rubber speed humps throughout. Next slide, please. All right, Birchview, Belle Plaine, Maplewood, and Campbell. Like the other two, deteriorating pavement and then existing utility poles. There also happens to be a tree. It's literally right next to that utility pole. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's a photo right there. Both are staying in place. We will build around them accordingly. And then existing, there's no drainage structure and we are sheet flow. I'm sorry, the existing is no drainage structures currently, it's currently sheet flow. Next slide for proposed conditions. We will keep it as sheet flow and then rubber speed humps. This alley should be pretty straightforward. Sorry, one thing.
Like me to go back?
Back. Yeah, if you can go back to Arthur.
Arthur?
Yes.
Okay.
There we are. So for Arthur, this is in the 50th ward. We need to adhere to the Jewish holidays in the area, so no construction will fall on those days. We will provide a list of those holidays as well, and when work should not be performed. All right, thank you. All right, the last alley, Hortense, Palatine, Overhill, and Oriole. Deteriorating pavement, sheet flow east-west, existing 3-inch key, utility poles in the right-of-way, and manhole and alley apron at Overhill. But this is not connected to any of the existing sewer. This one runs north and south along Overhill, but we will be doing an adjustment here. Next slide. So sheet flow for half the alley, and then we're proposing 8-inch ductile iron pipe. There's some utilities near Oriole where we make the connection that will be crossing while the DIP is required. And I believe a water main, if you, can't zoom in, but it's kind of hard to see here. Along with some extra vitrified clay pipe, rough lengths are as shown, and then we'll be making a 24-inch connection on Oriole. And then rubber speed humps throughout the alley. With that, that's all I have for these 6.
Thank you, Jamil. Thank you, Jamil, and thank you, Robert, as well. Okay, we are at the end of our presentation at the Q&A portion. Are there any questions?
At this time, there are no questions in the chat, Dee.
Okay, I'd like to thank everyone for participating today. And this concludes our pre-bid and technical review for CDOT Alleys Package 3, various locations. Thank you all for joining us today. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.